Hey guys, we get this a lot. How old do you have to be to get a South Carolina concealed weapons permit? So I wanted to go over that a little bit because for some people there's some confusion. How old you have to be to have a permit is confused with how old basically you have to be in possession of a handgun or own a handgun in South Carolina, as well as with like federal and state laws. They kind of contradict themselves, so I'm going to go over that a little bit. All right, for your South Carolina CWP or concealed weapons permit, you have to be 21 to obtain your South Carolina concealed weapons permit. Now, you can take the class prior to your 21st birthday and then submit your paperwork on your 21st birthday, or maybe even mail it in a day or two before your 21st birthday, just basically making sure that it doesn't get in their hands until the day of your 21st birthday. Because even if it gets there the day before your 21st birthday, they're going to send it back. They won't wait a day. They'll send it back and say, you're too young. So make sure it doesn't get in their hand until your 21st birthday. All right, so with South Carolina law and federal law, okay, the federal law governs the sale of handguns from federal firearm license dealers. So Academy Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, we have a Grady's, or your pawn shops, they can't sell it to you unless you're 21. But South Carolina state law is under here. If we look at Section A, under state law, it says it is unlawful for a person to knowingly sell, offer to sell, deliver, lease, rent, barter, exchange, or transport for sale into this state any handgun to. Now I'm going to skip down to the part we're looking at age, which is Section 3. So it is unlawful for a person to knowingly sell or give or whatever a handgun to a person under the age of 18 in South Carolina, unless they're in the military and stuff like that. So South Carolina law, if you're 18, you can get a handgun from a private person, but not a federal firearms dealer, not a store basically, or a gunsmith. You couldn't get it from a gunsmith. But if your mom and dad have a handgun and they allow you to have that handgun in your car, or allow you to buy it, or your uncle sells you one, under South Carolina law, that's legal. So if you're 18 years old, that's where the confusion comes in, because people sees 18 years old and they're like, oh, well, I can get my permit when 18. No, unfortunately, you can't. You can go serve in the military when you're 18, but you can't have your South Carolina concealed weapons permit. But when you're 21, you can get your permit. Again, don't send that paperwork off at least till the day before you're 21. You can take the class a little bit before you turn 21. I wouldn't do it more than a couple months because the laws do change. We just had a big law change last year. And if you take it, say 2 years before you're 21, you're allowed to do it 3 years. But if you take it that long before you're 21 and the law changes and it says you have to come take the class again, you're just going to have to pay and come take the class again. As far as our classes, I would love for anybody under the age of 21 to come take our classes, but I don't want them to expect to be able to mail their paperwork in when they turn 21 because the laws do change. I think everybody needs to take the classes because we go over a lot of laws and a lot of safety rules, because if you have handguns in your house, and even if you're 16 years old and somebody breaks in the house, you're gonna run to grab that gun to defend yourself, and you need to know the laws. So I do like people coming and taking it before, but not just not expecting to be able to mail their paperwork in. But it is unlawful for a person to knowingly sell, transfer, etc., lease, rent to a person under the age of 18. Then it is also unlawful for somebody that's been convicted of a crime of violence and stuff like that, or a fugitive and stuff like that, which is most people know. But most people don't know that, in South Carolina, 18-year-old can be in possession of a handgun. As long as they don't have any kind of criminal background, a kind of felony background, violent crime background, stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of clear that up. 21 to get your South Carolina concealed weapons permit. This is Spencer with Defense Training. Stay safe, stay armed. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video below. Thanks.